Welcome to the DFS pregame show here on RotoGrinders. I'm Jordan Cooper, a.k.a. Blender Ed, Blender HD. If you want to follow me on Twitter. And it's Tuesday, November 29th. It's Toss-Up Tuesday. It's up to you in the chat. I'm leaving it up to you. I'm leaving all the responsibility to you in the YouTube chat. Wata, Suki Singh, Adam Meisen, D-Fix Snowman, Bart B. Good morning. Good morning. Give me those thumbs. Helps us out. The free show. It's a free show in the morning. Get to hang out, talk about DFS, any DFS, any strategy. We got the World Cup going on. I got lineups in. We got 4-game slate today. It started at 10 a.m. I got the Gakpo, all these chalk goals. Gakpo scored. Ismail Assar got a penalty. Still waiting for the second half of the first games. And then we got a big game later today. Big showdown. USA versus Iran at 2 o'clock Eastern. Go dip your foot. Dip your foot into the showdown streets and probably play Christian Pulisic. Probably going to be the most owned player on the slate. And go take in the game. We got to win. We got to win or draw. I think we get through with the draw also. So check that out later. K Scott's in the chat. Greetings. Travis Selby's asking about NBA props. I haven't done NBA props in like 2 weeks. I haven't really been paying attention to the NBA much. It's every day. There's 40 people on the injury report. There's 400 starting lineup changes. Who knows who's in and who's out? There's enough stuff going on. I've been focusing more on the World Cup than on NBA. Still doing the football props, the NFL props. Although a lot of the stuff on Prize Picks and Underdog this late in the season has been much more efficient than earlier. I haven't found as much. Like early on in the season, I was finding, 20 to 30 offlines enough that it's worthwhile to take on Prize Picks. And now I'm like finding like 7 or 8, or they're releasing them a little bit later in the week. Like they'll release some of them. And then by the time like Thursday or Friday come around, sportsbook lines have already come up, and then, they're putting them up, and then they're not that inefficient. So no, I've not been doing NBA props recently because during the day I on the World Cup. Good thing we don't have any we're not having any 8 a.m. games anymore, right? This is the first day where it's a group stage game 3, so they got to play both games of the group at the same time, so they're doing 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So I woke up at 9 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock, so that's much more worth it. And then you got to make late swaps, so throughout the afternoon I'm paying more attention to soccer now than NBA. But I did play NFL Showdown last night. Made some money on that, even though didn't get all the way there. Got Jelani Woods in my lineup. Got Jelani Woods. Got who else did well? I got Pittman. I had 2 good lineups, but didn't have like Matthew Wright combined with that guy with whatever. I was a little off, but still, in the 222, I ended up like 5xing in there or something, 4xing. So I was good. I was pretty good. How's it going with you people? We can talk about whatever you want. We can talk about the NFL slate coming up on Sunday. Right, programming note, there's no show tomorrow, no show Thursday. So basically going straight to Friday, and Friday is going to be the Fighting Friday with the MMA stuff. Got actually a pretty good card for DFS purposes. I think 14 fights, 15 fights. It's a big card for was it UFC Orlando? I think what, and then there's a pay-per-view next week, the week after that, and then there's like no MMA for like a month. So come back on Friday. Won't be here Wednesday or Thursday. You won't see the thumbnail, so you won't just show up and wait for nothing. But yeah, so it's up to you in the chat. Give those thumbs up so you know how much I love it. Devin's here. Devin, say hi to Devin in the chat. Let's see. Wata says I make money on NFL props and lose it on NBA by the next week. NBA must be tough because with all who's in, who's out, whatever. And also our projections here at RotoGrinders, like if there's someone questionable, like we leave him in the projections, but he may be leaning more towards doubtful. And then you have to reflect that in the prop market. Because like you see that, for instance, in like for the Celtics, like if you see like Prize Picks has something on like it's a Jaylen Brown's questionable, and then like okay, Tatum's overs look like juicy based on our projections, is because we have we have Jaylen Brown in our projections, but maybe the market in general is like no, Jaylen Brown's not going to play. So vice versa, one of those types of things. So you always have to check in and who's on the injury report, and what is the prop market thinking about if they're going to play, if they're not going to play. So sometimes you get a little screwed over there. But no, I've not been doing NBA props because you got to pay attention. Even in NBA props, you got to pay attention, right? You'll take a look early in the day, around this time, 11, 12, compare projections. You get the RotoGrinders extension, so the statistical projections, overlay on the prize pick screen. But then you look at the injury report, and there's 74 people on it. And it's like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Is this guy going to play? What happened to Karl Anthony Towns? Is he dead? Did he die yesterday or the day before? When I saw that on Twitter, right? Then we had the Spurs. I wasn't the Spurs chalked the other day, and then they all get injured in the same game. What is going on? What's the point of the regular season in NBA anymore? Just go straight to the playoffs. Just go straight. Just go straight right in. Don't even worry about it. If a team only plays 4 games in the season, who cares? Who cares? Do we really want to see the Thunder anyway? Do the Thunder even want to play games? No. So why not just, okay, they're out in 4 games. Done. Your season's over. That's it. Let's see. We got Greg Klosik. Estupidin is sucking today. Well, you had to realize in the Ecuador-Senegal game that he's going to do much better in the second half. Okay? With these group stage 3 games, you have to remember what is at stake for the teams. Okay? That's very important also when we get to the Champions League. Like Champions League, aggregate, they play home and away. Like what result are they going for? So for instance, Netherlands, Qatar is knocked out. Now Qatar can, even if they won, they can't advance to the knockout stage. Netherlands could they need a draw to advance, but they need a win to win the group. So most likely, like Qatar has nothing to play for. Okay, Netherlands is a way better team than Qatar. So you have to figure that, well, Netherlands is looking to win. But like once they're up 1-0, like I don't know if they care much anymore, right? Maybe they could score 3, 4, 5 goals. You have Memphis Depay, who's probably not going to play more than 60 minutes. So you have to figure that there may be some substitutions in the second half. Okay? Then you have to take a look at the US-Iran game, and that game matters. That game matters a lot. So Iran is looking for more of a draw, and the U.S. is looking for more of a win. So how do those teams play in that situation? U.S. is going to be much more pressing. They're going to look to score, and Iran is going to kind of bunker down and try to counter, right? Because they want to get out with do they want to get out with a draw or whatever? Then you have England, Wales. Wales need to win. England doesn't. England's fine with a draw. Most likely they win. They're a much better team. So Wales is much more, because Wales doesn't play very attacking anyway. But that game could be easily just a 1-0 game. Then we have to take a look at the Ecuador-Senegal game. Ecuador goes through with a draw. Senegal needs to win. Okay? Which means that at 0-0, Senegal is going to be the one that's pushing. Ecuador is going to bunker and play on the counter. But if a goal gets scored, then the whole thing flips. Okay? So you have to think of soccer like that. Like, how early is the first goal, and how could the script of the game change based on that? If Ecuador scored first, that means Ecuador is probably not going to attack much at all. And just, they just don't give up 2 goals and they're good. Which means Senegal is just going to be bombing forward and shooting and crossing and doing all that type of stuff. But look what happened. Ismail Sarr got the penalty. So now Senegal's up 1-0, and they go through with a 1-0 result. So what will happen in the second half? Colombia needs to draw. Now, not Colombia, Ecuador needs to draw. So now Ecuador is going to be the one that's bombing forward, crossing, shooting, and Senegal's the one that's going to play much more defensively. So you have to figure that out. So like I played a bunch of lineups for Senegal to score first and Ecuador to come back. So like Estupinian and Plata on Ecuador, who are more their wide players, or Preciado, I guess, also. They're not going to have much of a ceiling unless Senegal scores first, and that's exactly what happened. And the same thing, vice versa, on Senegal. Now that they've scored, like Jacobs and Dye, like the wide players for Senegal, are probably going to be stepping back for the second half. Some of them are sub risks also, like Boulaye Dia. Like, don't expect him to do that much. He's just going to sit there in the number 9 and hold up play and allow Senegal to get out of a defensive posture, to relieve the pressure. So that's how soccer works. So like how early the first goal gets scored will depend what the predominant game script and possession of the game will be. So you have to think of that, especially for these third group stage games, because I don't know what's the slate tomorrow. Like, what's the slate tomorrow? Let's see. World Cup schedule, World Series schedule, World. Who's on tomorrow's slate? World Cup 2020. Okay, so we'd say tomorrow's schedule. I don't know what the standings are, but like Tunisia obviously needs to win against France. Australia need to win against Denmark, right? I think Denmark go through with a draw, right? And France go through with a draw or a win. I mean that I think that group is. Let me take a look at my phone, right? Okay, let me take a look at my phone just so I could see the standings, right? So we see the standings in. Right. So France already has 6 points. So they're through. Right. So they're through. Australia has 3 points. So Australia has 3 points. Denmark. Okay. So Denmark needs to win against Australia. Right. They need a win. Tunisia basically need to win and hope that Australia and Denmark draw. Okay. So like these France players may be popular, but like they don't need to do anything. I mean, they really don't. Like a 1-0 win, that's perfectly fine. Like to me, Denmark, like if you're playing Christian Eriksen, like he would be a good play tomorrow, right? Because they need to win against Australia. And then we take a look at the other group with Argentina. I think this is a much more competitive group. Oh yeah, way more competitive group. So Poland has 4 points, so they're fine with a draw. Argentina is probably okay with the draw, but they'd rather win. Mexico need to win. Saudi Arabia would prefer to win, but could be with a draw. So, like, the most attacking team on this slate is probably going to be Mexico. Okay. So, if you Mexican players, especially, they're going to be favored over Saudi Arabia, especially. So, if you play like Vega and Chavez and Irving Lozano and those types of guys, Gallardo, like that would be those would be the Mexican players. So on tomorrow's slate, like you want like Christian Eriksen from Denmark and like Vega, Chavez, like set piece, the split set piece takers from Mexico. Like that would kind of be the chalk. France may be overowned because then you have like Griezmann and Mbappe who are probably going to be expensive against Tunisia, who aren't a great team, but not like horrible. But like they don't need to do anything. I mean, it's quite possible that France rotates. It's quite possible Kingsley Coman plays instead of Dembele. It's quite possible maybe Griezmann comes out at 60 minutes. Mbappe comes out at 70 minutes if they're up 1-0 or something, right? And then you have Argentina here, then Messi. So like to me, the combination of like you need Argentina, like Messi, Eriksen, and then some like Luis Chavez. I would assume that's like kind of the chalky combination, and maybe not. You don't play Griezmann in the forward spot for France. You'd rather play Messi. You'd rather play Eriksen, and you probably can't fit anyone else. And you probably play Mexican players. So that's why thinking about what the teams need to do and what will this game look like. Australia could walk out of this with a draw and be fine. So Australia is like Aaron Moy, those types of guys. Like they're gonna play 10 men behind the ball. And Denmark's just going to go forward, try to score, right? But of course, if Denmark scores first, let's say they score 5 minutes in. Now what does Australia need to do? Now they need to come back. Now Denmark's going to play defensively and Australia's going to play offensively. So it really depends when that first goal gets scored. Hey, if Denmark is the 70th minute and it's still 0-0, like Australia's just going to continue bunkering, and these Denmark players are going to get all these peripheral points. But if Australia scores first on a counter, and then like Australia's probably not going to do much for the rest of the game. They don't want to give up 2 goals, so they're going to play extremely more defensively. The France-Tunisia game, I think France could lose and get through. So I don't think it really even matters. I think that the script of this game doesn't really even matter that much. Yeah, Tunisia needs to win. But they're playing France. It's like that's a pretty tall task. So thinking about what teams need to do will affect how you play in DFS. So just like with the Senegal Ecuador game, Netherlands scored. Who scored for Netherlands? I hope it isn't Gakpo again. I got Gakpo in cash, but I mean, I faded him in some GPP lineups. I wanted Dumfries. Can Dumfries do anything other than foul people? So who scored? Who scored for the Netherlands? Who scored? Frankie de Jong. Okay, so he's probably not that owned, right? He was like 4,900. Yeah, they priced up some of these people. Like some of the they had center backs at 5K, 5,500 this slate. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. So I'm just going over some, World Cup strategy, some soccer strategy in general. And we do have projections. We do have projections for World Cup soccer. And also Sean and Alex do like a half an hour, 20-minute type show before every slate, leading up to the knockout stage. The knockout stage, most likely we're getting primarily showdowns because they're going to be at different times. We may end up getting, a 2-game slate or something, or maybe a 3-game slate. I don't know how many knockout games they play. We could check that out. How many do they play in a day? Right. I mean, I'd rather them play 3 and start at 10 so we can get a classic slate. Right. No, they're playing 2 a day. The round of 16. Okay, so the round of 16, they're playing 4. So it'd be, 10 a.m., 2 games at 10 a.m., 2 games at, okay, so we're getting a 4-game slate. And then on Monday, now, and then it's just 2 games, right? Round of 16, so you get 2, 1 at 10, 1 at 2, 1 at 10. I guess they may put up a 2-game slate for that. And then it's all, 2 on each day. 1, yeah. So you can get mostly showdowns. But this first round of 16 on we get Saturday 2, Sunday 2, Monday 2, Tuesday. Okay, so it's all 2 games. So basically, we got till Friday for classic slates, and then I don't know what are they going to do classic 2-gamer? I guess they could, but I'm not sure what the prize pools are going to be. I think maybe the prize pools for the showdowns will be better, especially the 2 o'clock game. And obviously, if they have USA playing, like USA or England or something, those will probably be the featured ones. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Anything else in the YouTube chat? This may be a short show, right? It's Toss Up Tuesday. It's up to you. Let's see. Yeah, I saw Adam Meisen. They added the 555 contest for Thursday. Yes, they're doing the mega 555, 100K to first, 600 entry field. I got 12 tickets to that. I got 12 of them. I got to wake up Thursday. It kind of sucks. On Wednesday night, I'm going up to Indianapolis and then not going to be home until probably 2 in the morning. Then got to wake up at 9 o'clock and put together 12 lineups for the 555. I've been winning those tickets in like NFL and MMA because they've been running with overlay like all the time. It's a $90 satellite 7-man. And they in NFL, they run with like 4 or 5. Like typically I see like G Ginkses or whatever that guy's name, McLovin. McLovin's going to be in that contest. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if he doesn't normally play soccer, so I don't know what his lineups are going to look like. But I do got 12. What's 3% of 600? Can I even play 12? What's the max in that? Like, what happens if you have even more tickets than you need? Let's take a look. What does that contest look like from a max perspective? 18 max. Okay, so I'm fine. Right? I mean, I would get the DK dollars back from it if I had too many tickets anyway. But yeah, they've been running those for they've been running that for months. Just trying to fill a 555 with 600 entries. So 12. So 12 times 555. How much equity is that? That's what? $6,660 worth of tickets, right? And then I got 4 King of the Pitch tickets, so that's $2,500 a piece there. Then I got like 4 $500 MMA qualifier tickets, so that's another $2,000. I got 4 555 MMA ones for the pay-per-view on the 10th, so that's another like $2,200. I got like 20 grand in tickets. Hopefully it turns into money, right? It doesn't matter if you can't cash any of them. It doesn't matter. Turns into money. Let's see. What is going on in the games? Is there any substitutes yet? I don't know. I'm not paying attention. Right, Denzel Dumfries is just fouling everyone. I got him in 2 lineups, and that's all he seems to do. Foul, 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 foul. You're playing on the wing. Why aren't you getting forward? Let's go. Cross the ball. Okay. What does says for the NBA props, I usually avoid the teams with questionables because I don't have time to go through it before lock and do lineups at the same time. I'm sticking to NFL this week for prize pick. No, that's smart. I mean, that's the same thing for me. Like I'm not paying attention enough to NBA with the World Cup going on that I don't want to get to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock and find out that half my props are actually bad values now because I didn't take into account that one guy may be in, he may be out, he may play. Right, LeBron may play. Do you play to Davis? Do you play Westbrook? I mean, like in DFS, you get late swap, but I mean, in prize picks or underdog, you can't like cancel, right? You can't say, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this prop, but only if this guy doesn't play. You don't have the opportunity. You take it or you don't take it. Rod says, are you playing the late slate for the World Cup today? No, I have not been playing the 2-game late slates. The late slate for this is gonna not be very good, right? England, Wales, USA, Iran. If you were playing the late slate, I mean, the top 2 plays on the late slate. We don't know this England lineup. They're going to rotate. I'm expecting Foden to be in. I'm expecting Jordan Henderson to be in, possibly for Bellingham. I think Walker may be in for Trippier, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to run a 3-man back line. They may run a 3-man. They may play 4-3-3. They may play Declan Rice, Henderson, and Bellingham in the midfield, and then run like Foden, Kane, and like Grealish, I guess, or maybe Rashford. Like, I think they're gonna switch them up. Mount may not start, or if he does start, may only play 60 minutes. I think the safest guy on the team is Shaw because, I mean, he's a left back, and he's a left-footed play. They really don't have anyone to play left back. Like if they play anyone on the left side, it's going to be a right-footed fullback, so they're more likely to just keep Shaw there, right? So I think he's the safest guy. I mean, you'll see obviously for the late slate, you'll see the lineups that are out, but pretty much Pulisic and Shaw. Probably Pulisic on the late slate will be like 95% owned. He's 9K. I don't know if he's a different price on the late slate, but he's 9K on the main slate, and he takes like all of the USA's corners and free kicks, and they need to win against Iran. Right. Iran has some cheap guys, some cheap defensive players. They got the Rezayan at 3,100, Milad Mohammadi at 2,700, and then also Haji Safi isn't a defender, but he's listed as a defender on DraftKings for 4,800, and he'll take half of their set pieces. Right. So he's the captain of the team. He plays as a central midfielder. And then you also have a Golazade, who probably doesn't play 90, but he'll take corners on the other side because Jahan Bosch is suspended for this game because he had 2 yellows. And then if you want to take a shot on U.S. goals, cheap goal Weston McKennie. I mean, I'm showing the lineup HQ here. So we got these little blurbs, right? So Sean and Alex do these little blurbs. They give you the projections. We don't do ownership because it's almost impossible with so many new people playing soccer, like what the ownership is going to be. And then when guys are in, and we don't even know who's in for England. We don't even know who's in for some of these teams. So like, oh, let's say Trippier's not in. Well, then where does that ownership go? If Trippier's in, what's the ownership going to be? So projecting ownership in soccer for this especially is pretty tough. In EPL and Champions League, we do have ownership because those are not split slates. So on a normal Saturday, at 10 a.m., there'll be 4 or 5 games for the Premier League. We have ownership for that because all the lineups come out at the same time, right? All the games happen at the same time. And for Champions League, there's 6 games for the group stage at 2:45, 3 o'clock Eastern. So it's all the lineups at once, and all of them play at the same time. And it's a 2-hour sweat. It's one of the best sweats in all of DFS. Soccer. So I would put soccer and MMA as the two best sweats in all of DFS. If you got anything else more in the YouTube chat, I'm here. I'm here for you. Okay. Do we get another goal? Do we have another Netherlands goal? We got another Netherlands goal. Please don't be Gakpo again. Depay is out. Klaassen is out. Okay, so maybe it's a sub goal, right? Like I don't mind Gakpo. It's just that if Gakpo has like 25 points, that means you pretty much need him. I'd rather it be that you don't need him for my GPP lineups, because I played, what, 5 lineups? I played Gakpo in my cash lineup and Gakpo in like one other GPP lineup, and then 3 others I don't have him. So like if he has like 15 to 20, like I could, like maybe I could get 15 to 20 from someone else, and I don't need Gakpo in because he was 10-6. So who scored for the Netherlands, or it was canceled? I'm seeing, was it Berghuis? Came in for Klaassen? I have no idea. I'm not paying attention. That's what it looks like. I'm looking in Discord, and it looks like it's Berghuis from Jansen. 2 subs. The 2 subs! Don't play subs. Let me tell you. Showdown, you have a little bit more credibility to play a sub, but typically the subs that have goal upside are priced as if they're starters anyway, just in case they do start. So you're not getting a discount. It's not like one of those things where, the starting running back's not in an NFL and the other guy is 4K, right? Like it's like, the starting striker is 11-8 in Showdown and the backup striker is 11-2. So if Callum Wilson is in for Harry Kane today, like you don't get Callum Wilson at 5,600 or anything. So like for you to play him as a substitute at 11-2, it's like that's a little nutso. But on a 1-game slate, at least, to avoid duplication and to get different, there's more viability. On a 4-game World Cup slate, you wouldn't play substitutes. Klosick says, I'm guessing Pulisic will be extremely high owned to captain and showdown. Yes. Yeah, the Pulisic, if we go to that showdown, Iran USA, I would expect he's probably 50+% in captain. I have to expect that. I mean, he's the best projected point per dollar value, even at 11-6 on the showdown slate. So if we look at our current optimal based on predicted starting 11s, you'd end up playing. I don't know about playing Taremi. I wouldn't play him in cash, but you're probably playing on the USA Showdown Pulisic, at least one of the fullbacks for Iran. Weston McKennie's pretty cheap at 5,400. Anthony Robinson or Serginho Dest or both. Like even if you don't play Taremi, right? If Iran doesn't score, like I'd much rather play Azmoun if Azmoun starts. Like I like this lineup a little bit better. Right, Azmoun and Rezayanin or whatever. And if you don't play Azmoun, he probably doesn't play 90. But if Aronson's in, I don't mind this lineup. Dest, Aronson, Robinson, McKennie, Pulisic at captain, and then this is going to be a very popular type of lineup, a 5-1 USA type lineup. If you want to get different, play more Iranian players, right? Play Taremi, play Azmoun. Play for Iran to score a goal. Or play the Iranian keeper and then hope for a 0-0. Right? Or hope for a 1-0 Iran. But I mean, are you really rooting for that? I mean, not many people are going to build those lineups. Imagine building a 5-1 Iran lineup. Like and hoping for Iran to win. I think it's more likely that you build a lineup for 1-0 Iran than for like 3-1 Iran. Like that type of thing. So you put the Iranian goalkeeper in there. You still play Pulisic because he'll probably still get plenty of shots and crosses and stuff. But it's that, to get a lot of saves, and the goalkeeper ends up putting up 20 points. Like that, we talk soccer. We talk soccer on Tuesdays. You should get into the World Cup. Get into the World Cup. Get into DFS soccer. It's really awesome. It's what I started with. Of course, I enjoy the game of soccer, but I mean, from a DFS perspective, I think it's fine. Let's see. Do we have an Ecuador goal? Oh, do we have a Caicedo goal? Do we have a Moises Caicedo goal? I don't know. What is it? Did the Netherlands goal come off? What is going on? I'm getting notifications. Is the Netherlands goal? Does the Netherlands goal count? I have no idea. I'm looking around, but I love the Caicedo goal. I got Caicedo in the 5.55. He's 0.75% owned in the 5.55. Now Senegal scored. I'm getting another. Oh, what is going on? Everything's going on. Who scored for Senegal? I hope it's not Sarr, so I don't need him. I have Sarr and Casado in the 5-5-5, but I don't have Gakpo. Like, that's the reason why I was like, I don't want Gakpo to score twice, right? Give me like Buladia. Oh, Koulibaly scored. Oh, off a corner probably, right? Or some type of deflection. I don't have him. He's going to have a major score. He's going to be, right? He already had 5 points at the half with tackles and interceptions or whatever. Oh, okay. Well, I want to see the end of the game, so I'm gonna get the hell out of here, right? Rather than sit here and be the sweat show for the World Cup. So give me those thummy thumbs. Give me those thummy thumbs on your way out the door. And if you want our soccer content, go sign up for RotoGrinders. Get the combo premium, right? You get the World Cup package. I think it's like $25 for the World Cup package. But if you want, get everything. Get NFL, get NBA, get PGA, get MMA. Get the combo premium, get everything, get Lineup HQ, get all our sim tools, get all of our premium content. I do a premium show on Fridays for NFL, so you get that also. You get all of our stuff. You get everything. You get everything. Why don't you want everything? Click on that link in the description. Get $10 off your first month of a combo premium package, and hang out in the Discord. You also get access to my Brendan's Game Theory channel, and 2 or 3 times a month I run Zoom coaching calls. You get that. That's a value add. What are you waiting for? I don't know what you're waiting for. But if you're not going to do that, at least hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell to know when we go live. We got basketball Grinders live later today, crunch time with Andy Means. We got basketball stuff. We got anything else going on? PGA? Is PGA happening? We got a PGA show. We got stuff. We got NFL prop show. Oh, yes. Okay, tonight's NFL prop show had to move to tomorrow night. Okay, we got stuff going on, right? And then programming note: I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Not going to be here Thursday. I'll be back on Friday. Be back on Friday talking MMA and answering your DFS strategy questions like I always do here on the DFS pregame show on RotoGrinders.com.